sure to check out Ageless Geeks for your figures and collectibles. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat 3 Scorpion. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box. So as you can see, we do get the basic style box when it comes to Storm's Mortal Kombat line. So we do get the window right there on the front of the box. On the top to say ages 17 and up, Storm Collectibles 112 Action Series. And we do get a really dope image of Scorpion on the front there, and then on the bottom says Mortal Kombat and Scorpion. And then here's the bottom of the box with the barcode and blowy also nobody cares about. Then here's the top of the box, and then one side with a pretty cool image of the Scorpion figure right there. Then the other side of the box does have the continuation of this badass image, which looks so damn sick. And then the back of it does show a bunch of really cool poses you can get the figure into, along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open and choose your character. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and once again Storm Collectibles did do a fantastic job with another Mortal Kombat figure. I wish they would have released a different character, but you know what, the MK3 Scorpion is dope as hell, and I can't decide which one I like better between the first/second Mortal Kombat Scorpion and the third one here. They're both awesome, and they each have their pros and cons. This one does have more cons though. This one definitely has more pros to it, but it's kind of like an upgrade as well. They're both awesome figures, so you can't go wrong either way. But I think overall the Mortal Kombat 1/2 Scorpion outbeat this one just by a little bit, because this one does have a few issues, like this piece here, the sash type piece or whatever. For some reason it's sticking outward. Like, what the hell is that all about? I'm gonna have to take like hot water and try to push it down into place, because it just looks so weird like that. Like, what the hell is that all about? Another thing is both the masks fall off way too easily, so that is definitely an issue right there. And from articulating this around, my left leg joint did get a bit of looseness to it. It's not horrible, but I feel like over time it's going to get worse and worse, and I feel like the same thing's going to happen to the right leg joint, so be careful when articulating this figure. So besides that, Storm Collectibles did do a sick job with the detail. The paint and sculpt turned out really nice throughout the entire figure. I know a lot of people are complaining, saying the mask here for the ninja mask is a little too big. The yellow piece, it's really not that bad having it in hand. I think it looks pretty dope. Supposedly it's supposed to be a little bit smaller, but oh well. And there's a few sculpted lines in it as well. I love the all white eyes with like that reddish paint around the eyes. That looks sick. The eyebrows turned out pretty good with the clean paintwork. We get some stitching on the top of the ninja mask running all along his head right there, which looks dope. Really nice job on that, and clean paintwork all throughout the face as well. And then the torso here under the vest, we do get the sculpt detail and muscle definition, some sculpted wrinkles and stuff on his gi, and a little bit of the yellow paint got stuck onto the gi there. Really not that big of a deal though. You see a little bit up there. Just have to cover it with the vest piece here, and I love the way the vest piece looks. Probably one of my favorite things about this figure here. It has such a cool look to it, and the paint for the black isn't perfect, but it's really not that bad. But on the yellow you see like these like creases or wrinkles all throughout it, and just gives the vest a really nice look. You can see it all down here as well. Just really cool looking, man. It does make him a little more difficult to pose around with the torso because of that, but I mean, it just looks so awesome. Really nice job on the vest there, and it can be a bit difficult with the arms, trying to pose them around with the vest piece as well. It's more of a thicker material compared to what we have with the MK1/2 Scorpion. Arms turned out really nice, very nice sculpt all throughout it. Elbow joints look pretty good. I love the gauntlet pieces, or the I'm just going to call them gauntlet pieces. I think they turned out really nice, and the yellow pieces you can move around because they are separate pieces, and we get some very nice sculpt and paint detail all throughout it, as you can see there. Really dig the way these pieces look. And then this piece is a soft rubbery type plastic, but like I said, it just looks weird sticking out like that. Does kind of suck. And then the legs does have some nice sculpt and paint work to it. Nice sculpt work on the muscle definition on the legs, and pretty clean paint where the yellow meets the black there. A little bit of like specks of black paint on the back of the thigh right there. Not too big of a deal though. And then the knee joints look pretty good, and then we do get his boots with his shin armor. And the shin armor turned out really nice. Kind of looks like how the armor on the forearm looks as well. Very nice sculpt and paint on that. You can see the straps on the back of the boots, some sculpted wrinkles on the back of the boots, and then we do get the Ninja slippers there. And we get some nice sculpt detail on that, and then the bottom of them, not much going on at all, but overall, I think Storm Collectibles did do a very nice job with the sculpt and paint detail on this Scorpion, and they really couldn't have done any better of a job, maybe besides cleaning up the paint just a tiny bit. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, Scorpion is included with a bunch of really dope stuff. So what we do get two interchangeable ninja masks. And starting on the left, we do get the basic ninja mask, which is the one that does come on the figure out of the packaging, and it is my favorite out of the two. I thought the one on the right, the skull ninja mask, would be my favorite, but it's not lined up properly, and it just... They failed at trying to get the skull mask on there good, and I'll show you what that looks like shortly. But the paint and sculpt on both of them look fantastic. They did a great job with the detail on both ninja masks, and I'll show you how to swap them right now. And swapping Scorpion's masks is pretty simple. This one is the easiest to attach and detach. You just pull forward and it pops right off. It kind of slides right in the peg holes right there. Then you take the skull mask here, and this one, it doesn't really slide in the peg holes there. This one doesn't even fully connect on the left side there, as you can see, and you can see it just doesn't line up properly, and it makes the face look a little too long. Like if they did something like that and raised it about that much, then that would have looked dope, but it doesn't even properly connect or anything like that. So that is a bit disappointing, because it does look badass. It's just they couldn't line it up properly, and it doesn't connect properly, so that definitely is disappointing. This mask, I'm perfectly fine with those. So we do get the interchangeable ninja masks, and then we also get 3 types of blood effects, his axe, and then we do get the kunai that he shoots out with the rope attached to it. And I could have sworn that we were going to get a blood effect for the battle axe, but for some reason they took it away. So we do get this blood effect here, which is meant to go around his fist, so it looks like he's punching somebody's head off, and it looks really good. The sculpt of it turned out really nice. It is a red translucent plastic. It's more darker where it is around his fist, and then where the blood's shooting out, it gets more of like a lighter red there, but it turned out pretty cool. It's probably my least favorite though out of all of them, and I'll show you how to put that on his fist shortly. Then we do get these two here, which are they look like exit wound blood effects here, but these are meant to go on the axe, I believe, because we do have little holes right there, so you can put them on the axe. And what I also did, I put sticky tack on one side and I attached it to Baraka's back, so it looked like I had Scorpion shooting the kunai right there, and it shot through the torso of Baraka, which I'll show you in pictures later. And then I attached this, like I said, to the back of Baraka, so it looks like the blood was shooting out the back where the kunai went through Baraka. It looks pretty cool actually, but you could do that as well with these. But these turned out pretty cool too, and I'll show you how to put those on the axe shortly. And speaking of the axe, we do get his dope axe here, and this is probably my favorite accessory with this Scorpion here. The axe blades look great. We get blood all over it, so he's definitely been chopping some people up. And then we do get some blood splatter on the handle as well, and the ends of the axe are very sharp, same with the end of the handle, so be careful of that. But the axe definitely turned out great. I love the paint that they used for it as well. Very cool accessory. And then finally we get his kunai with the rope on it, and I dig this one a lot more compared to the original Scorpion, because the rope was just shooting straight on. This one's more zigzagging, so it looks a little bit cooler, but the kunai looks great. Very nice job around the handle and everything, and on the bladed piece as well. And the rope turned out really nice too. Very nice sculpt detail all throughout it. And you do put this around the wrist peg, which I'll show you how to do that right now, along with the blood effects. And for the blood effects here, for the one for the fist, I believe it's just for the right fist. You just gotta pop it right on the fist. Just figure out which side it goes on. I think it goes this way. There we go. Yeah, all you do is that, and then there you go. You have the blood fist effect, where he's punching someone's head off. And then for the battle axe effects here, I believe therefore to go like that, where he stabs it into somebody, you know what I mean? So it's probably to do something like that, you know what I mean? Or you could do it on the end on the handle as well, so it looks like he's stabbing it into somebody. So definitely some pretty cool blood effects included with Scorpion. And then for his Kunai here, you could either use the Karate Chop hand, but I like using this hand a little bit better. So all you would do, same thing, very tight joint there, same thing as the regular Scorpion. You just slide this over the joint, and then all you do is just peg the hand onto the joint there, and then there you go, you have Scorpion shooting out his famous Kunai right there. Definitely one of my favorite accessories. You can't give us a Scorpion figure without including this effect here, so we do get all that awesome stuff. And then we finally get 8 alternate hands. And starting on the top right here, we do get a pair of fists, of course, which do come on the figure out of the packaging. Then we do get a pair of gripping hands, which are meant for the axe. Then we do get a pair of karate chippity chop chop hands. Then we do get a pair of like kung fu style type hands, which are probably my favorite out of all of them. And we get some great sculpt and paint detail throughout all 8 hands, and they're very easy to swap out as well, since they are a rubbery type plastic. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Hanzo. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now, for the height of the Mortal Kombat 3 Scorpion, to the very top of his head, it looks like he stands a little bit over 6 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to the 1000 Toys comic version Hellboy, the Storm Collectible Scorpion, Baraka, and Goro, and I think he scales really well with the other Storm Collectible Mortal Kombat figures. And then here he is compared to the Mezco 112 Silver Knight Batman, the NECA Ultimate Edition Jungle Hunter Predator, the NECA Original Movie TMNT Raphael, and the Original Movie TMNT Shredder. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectible Smoke, the SH Figuarts Sage Mode Naruto, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku, and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and I feel like Storm took a tiny step backwards with the articulation with the MK3 Scorpion compared to their MK1/MK2 Scorpion. You don't get as good movement as you do with their original Scorpion. Now we do have a barbell type joint that connects one side into the head and then another side a little bit into the torso there, and you don't get as good movement as you do with the other Scorpion, but with the upper part of it you get really bad forward and back movement or up and down movement. Really not the best pivot, and then it does swivel as well. The lower part of it, you get better movement out of it, as you can see there. So with both joints, you can get them to look down really well, and both joints, you can't get them to look up at all. And there goes the damn mask, so that is a bit disappointing there. You do get very nice pivot with the lower neck there. Combining them, you get a little bit better pivot, and then it does swivel in there as well. So the head and neck articulation is alright, but definitely not as good as it could have been. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso, at the abdomen, and then we do get a waist joint as well. So the abdomen can get Scorpion to crunch forward about that much. The vest piece is going to hinder it a bit though. It does go back about that much. You do get pivot out of it, but like I said, that vest piece is going to hinder it a bit. I feel like you can get much better pivot out of it, but it is getting restricted, and then it does swivel as well. The waist here goes forward and back pretty well, so with both joints you can almost get them to crunch forward about 90 degrees in both joints. Let's see here. I'm just going to take that mask off because it keeps trying to fall off. Goes back about that much, and then the waist, you do get really nice pivot at the waist. Wow, actually really good pivot there, and then it does swivel as well. Now for the arms here, we do get that very nice circular motion out of the arm. As you can see there, my right shoulder joint is very tight on my figure, so not too happy about that. And then the arms do go out to the sides a little more than 90 degrees. They do go up and down. We do have the true bicep swivel. We do have double jointed elbows that do bend in a little more than 90 degrees. And for the wrists here, we do have a ball hinge, so it does swivel and hinges back and forth. Now for the legs here, Scorpion can kick forward a little more than 90 degrees, so that's definitely good. The crotch piece is a softer rubbery type plastic, so it won't restrict as much articulation as You think it would if it wasn't a softer rubbery type plastic. And then they do go back about 45 degrees. Let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it. And he definitely can because he is a damn ninja. Then we do get the hip swivel, which doesn't really swivel too much. I'm not happy with the swivel throughout the leg and the ankle there. But we do have double jointed knees that do bend back all the way. And then for the ankles here, like I said, they don't swivel. So I'm not happy about that because I'll show you in a second, but the ankles do hinge up about that much. They hinge down okay, and then we do get an ankle pivot, but it goes sideways like a Marvel Legends, so I'm definitely not, like I said, I'm not happy about that. I wish they would have at least put a boot cut swivel or something in there, or a swivel at the ankle or something, because I don't like when a pivot does that and goes sideways, so definitely not a good thing. Then we do get a toe hinge there, so overall, the articulation isn't bad on this figure. It's just they took a tiny step backwards with the articulation compared to their original ninjas and their first Scorpion figure. But you're still going to be able to get them in some pretty badass Scorpion-like poses. And I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that's my review of the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat 3 Scorpion. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it an even 8. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine off eBay because of the early release at San Diego Comic-Con, but my buddy from Ageless Geeks does have this up for pre-order at agelessgeeks.com. If you can't find it on there, I do recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. So what is going on, brother? Blah, blah, blah. Messed that up right on the first take. Let's get this figure open and chua. The 1000 Toys Hellboy comic version Hellboy, the Storm Collectibles, Chapachu and Chippy Cha, which are meant for the axe, and we do get a pair of Karate Chippity Chippa Chapachu. Damn it, I messed that up. Chippity Chop Chop hands, and then we do get a pair of like open. And on the right there, we do get the lower portion of a skull-looking thingamajigger. Damn it. God damn it, you skull ninja mask. Stay on that, you bastard.